Hello boss babes and bosses out there. So in this video, I'm going to share with you on how you can convince a prospect client to work with you even if wala ka pang experience or even if beginner ka pa. So if you want to learn more how to do that, just keep on watching. So before I'm going to dive in, I would like you to prepare a pen and paper so that ma-take note nyo yung mga sasabihin ko or mga sasuggest ko na gagawin nyo para meron kayong ma-review. Para mag-quiz. May quiz ba ma? So yeah, I'm not kidding. But yeah, write down kung ano sa tingin niyo yung mga valuable or pwede nyo ma-apply. There are a couple of ways on how you can convince a client even if beginner ka pa. And I will base it sa mga ginawa ko before nung nagsa-start pa lang ako. And I will also share to you kung ano yung mga things na makaka-help sana sa akin kung alam ko pa na pwede pala tong gawin. The first thing that I would say na makaka-help talaga sa inyo para mas madali kayo makaland ng client is to make sure that you are available sa platform na pwede kang madaling i-communicate ni client. So ito yung isang tip ko before. Ito din yung tip na bigay ng friend ko noon. Sa people per hour siya kumukuha ng projects. And then, ako, wala pa akong client nun. And siya yung nag-recommend sa akin ng client na yon from people per hour na, hey, you can contact my friend. She's available to working full-time as a virtual assistant, something ganun. So, siya yung nagbigay sa akin ng hint na you know what, Sui? You can easily contact the client if they will put their name. I'm not sure now sa platform sa people per hour or sa onlinejobs.ph kung nakikita ba yung full name ni client. Kasi kung nakikita yung full name niya, you can research him or her sa LinkedIn or sa Skype. Kasi yun yung ginagawa daw kasi niya. Once nakita niya yung job application or something, tapos may full name sa baba, research niya sa Skype. Doon niya message instead na mag-apply siya doon sa platform na people per hour. Mas nagre-respond daw sa Skype. So, the goal here is to just get in touch with that client na magkakaroon kayo ng message back and forth. So, me, ngayon, hindi na ako nagre-research sa Skype. Therefore, kung makakakita ako ng full name ni client na gusto kong maka-work with, nire-research ko siya sa LinkedIn ko na. Hindi na siya sa Skype. And doon ko na siya message. Here's one thing. You can also try to research sa Skype. Pero ngayon, ang Skype kasi hindi na masyadong ginagamit compared before, way back 2013, 2014, 15. But right now, parang wala na masyadong nag-use ng Skype. I'm not that sure though. You can research that client and message through LinkedIn instead. Or maybe you can try to search sa Google and baka may mag-pop up doon na website niya, tapos makita mo yung mga social media accounts niya. And that is also another way on how to communicate directly with the client na hindi sa platform na yun. Hindi sa third-party platform. How to convince them is to make sure na immediate ka mag-respond sa kanila. Like, kung pwede kung makita mo ngayon yung message niya, replyan mo agad. Ganun. Kasi most of the people, ma-miss nila ang mga good opportunities because matagal silang nakareply or hindi nila nakita na may nag-message pala sa kanila asking for their services and all. Just make sure na immediate ka mag-respond sa kanila. That will give an impression na gusto mo talaga silang maka-work. That's a good point para sa isang client na mas madaling ma-communicate since we are just working online. Super importante ang communication, especially if hindi kayo harap-harapan na nagkikita. That's one way on how you can build trust sa client. And you know what? Aside pa sa pag-reply sa kanila immediately, always practice din talaga your communication skills kasi it would really help you convince them if you know how to communicate what you really want to say. Like, ano yung gusto mo na i-express na ideas or thoughts sa kanila when it comes to their business, yung mga ganon. Pag na-layout mo or pag nasabi mo talaga in the right way and the right tone of voice ng message mo, kahit pa email yan, kahit pa chat yan, basta okay yung pagkasabi mo sa client mo na maiintindihan niya talaga kung ano yung point mo and ano yung gusto mong sabihin, it would really help you convince them na maka-work ka. The second way that I think it would be easier for you to convince a client if meron kang mapakitang portfolio. I think sa lahat ng mga videos ko, I always say portfolio. But you know what? It's really, really true that pag nakita ni client ang mga sample na mga work mo before or yung mga sample lang na hindi talaga work mo sa previous clients mo, like ginawa mo lang talaga siya portfolio, it would be easy to convince a client to work with you if meron kang mapakita na portfolio sa kanila. So, malalaman nila or magkaka-idea sila, okay, ganito pala yung mga previous work ni Sui. So, ayun, makita niya na you are capable of doing these things for him or her then. Kasi, yan yung nakalagay sa portfolio mo. If you still don't know how to create a portfolio, you can watch this video here. Even if beginner ka pa, you can create your own portfolio kahit wala ka pang client. You can still build that. So, let's move on now to the next way on how you can convince a client. So, this one is a good way talaga. Offer a competitive service package and rate. I'm not saying na, you know what, you lower your price para i-hire ka. No, hindi ganyan. Ang gusto kong gawin mo is to look for a unique selling point na pwede mo siyang idagdag sa package mo. And from that, you can now give a competitive offer sa client mo. Like, if you are doing a social media management, look for a service package that can give you an edge sa other social media managers. So, maybe you are good at video editing. So, make that as a combo sa'yo. Na you can also do video editing. You can get teasers from their YouTube channels. You can get teasers from their webinars. You can get teasers from mga talks nila online. That would be your edge, not just a social media manager, but also you can help them create content for the business by not lowering your rate. You're just upping the game. Parang magbibigay ka lang ng something na hindi ino-offer ng ibang social media managers. That thing would really help convince a client to work with you. I hope you get that idea, no? Again, I'm not saying that you lower your price just to get that client. I'm telling here to up your game, give your prospect client a unique selling point na pwede mo i-offer sa kanya, not just purely the main service that you're offering, but have some edge that will help you stand out sa mga ka-competitor mo or sa ka-the-same mo na mga services na ino-offer. But before I'm going to proceed sa last one, I'm just going to ask if this video helps you so far, because if yes, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button below para ma-notify kayo if meron akong bagong uploads. And don't forget to like this video and comment any suggestion nyo na gawin ko pa ng video na maka-help sa inyo. And the last but not the least is to position yourself as the expert in your niche or in your industry. And be confident in communicating with that client. I know, maybe sa mind nyo, how can I position myself if I'm just a beginner, walang experience? Paano ako makaka-position yan, Sui? How can I be that confident in talking to them? Okay, so ito yung gawin nyo. If nahihirapan kayo mag-position sa self nyo, always make sure that you research a lot and you study a lot about the services that you're going to offer to your client. It would be really hard. I know, it's really hard to be confident and be like, parang, alam ko to, alam ko yan, yung mga ganun. Kung wala ka talagang alam, di ba? So, ang gagawin mo, para magkaroon kang alam, is to study it. Study the different aspects of that business. Like, if you want to become a social media manager, like, learn a lot of things. There are a lot of free resources here on the internet, like YouTube channel, Google, and other mga good websites pa na nag-o-offer ng mga free trainings, free webinars, yung mga ganon. Just grab that if you still don't have any budget pa to take a paid course, something like that. Just grab those things and make sure you implement that. Because by implementing what you have learned, it will really help you to get that confidence and to help you really position yourself like you're the expert. Every time kasi pag may nakita kang improvement sa output mo, every time may nakita ka na nagawa mo, the confidence level will really go high. That's one thing that you can do to increase the level of confidence na gusto niyo i-achieve. One thing pa is to really show up always and to try getting clients. Even if hindi ka pa sure talaga if ma-hire ka o hindi, it's just, just practice communicating with prospect clients, how you you are going to have a discovery call with them. Yung mga ganun. Like, parang it's like practice siya on how you are going to converse with clients. So, I would highly recommend to get a task clients para naman at least ma-practice kayo sa mga task clients. So, if ito pa yung first na video na na-watch nyo from me or from my YouTube channel, task clients, ito yung mga discounted or free clients lang na mag-work ka sa kanila. It's either a friend, may business yung friend mo, or may business yung family mo. You can tap them and say, hey, I can help you manage your business when it comes to this, graphic design, or maybe they're managing their social media accounts, yung mga ganun. And ask for their feedback. So, in that way, yung output mo sa kanila, you can use that as part of your portfolio, and at the same time, you can ask for their referrals, their recommendations, and the like. Again, as what I have said, getting confidence is more on the doing part talaga. It's not just the learning part lang. Learning part is good, but the application is really a must. It's hard to increase that confidence if nasa learning level ka lang palagi, wala yung application na part. First, again, apply it. Apply what you have learned. Second, get a task client and see if your strategies, if your services are good to your prospect clients, or ano pa yung need mo na ma-improve. Ayan. So before I'm going to end this video, I would like to flex the works of my boss babes and bosses inside the group. Check this out. If you want to join our Facebook group, just research I'm ready to boss up 𝐕𝐫𝐴, and don't forget to like our Facebook page at BossedUp PH and follow us on our Instagram accounts at 𝐕𝐫𝐴 and at BossedUp PH. Hope to see you guys on my next one. Bye!